This is Civil Action JC 708 of 2024, Lavarity versus Smith. Good morning, Mom. Step forward for me, please. Morning, sir. Step forward for me, please. All right. I need both of you all to hold the Bible. I'm going to say the oath. You all will repeat after me. You understand that, Mom? Understand that, sir? I swear by the Almighty God.
I swear by the Almighty God.
That the evidence. Which I shall give. Shall be the truth.
Shall be the truth.
The whole truth.
The whole truth.
And nothing but the truth.
Nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. Places. So.
Plaintiff Barbara Lavarity is asking the court to order defendant Nathaniel Smith to pay private school fees for their son. The defendant says Lavarity is a gold digger, just looking for more money.
All rise. The Honorable Judge Carol Munnings presiding. Thank you. You may be seated. Your Honor, both parties have already been sworn in, ready to proceed.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Your Worship.
All right, I have the matter of Lavarity versus Smith. You're Miss Lavarity?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and I understand from the claim form that I have that you say that since you have a son with Mr. Smith, you all have a son, but he's married and he has two children who attend private school.
Yes.
And you are seeking for an order that an order for Mr. Smith to pay maintenance that would allow your son to attend private school as well.
That is correct.
All right. And Mr. Smith, I understand that your claim is, your response is that you want the courts, not Ms. Lavarity, to determine how much maintenance you should pay for the son that the two of you have together.
That is correct, Your Worship.
Right. And you all have a son that's 7 years old, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And your other sons that you have with Mrs. Smith, how old are they?
14 and 12, respectively.
Okay. Yes, Ms. Lavarity, tell me about your claim, please.
So our son is 7, and he lives with me, so I carry most of the financial load. Mm-hmm. Now, our son isn't doing as well as I'd hoped in public school. He has about 27 other kids in his class.
Right.
So he's pretty much getting lost in the crowd. And I would like to enroll him in a private school. He has 2 other kids that go to a private school. And if he can be intentional about their education, I feel as though he should also be intentional about our child's education. Now, he likes to cry poor mouth, but he is known online as the traveling plumber. He owns a plumbing company. He goes away every other month. But he wants to give me a hard time about paying for our son to go to school, something that is a necessity.
Well,
I'm
maybe
only
he's
asking him to
working.
meet me halfway
I see.
and help pay $1,500 per term for our son.
Okay, what is he paying now? What is he paying you
He
now?
pays
for
me
maintenance?
$100 a month in child support.
No, man.
Simple $100
$100
a month. Yeah.
a month?
Yes, ma'am. That's what he pays me. At the time of the court order, he did not have a job. He has a job now. And I've been quite
see.
understanding about the fact that
Right.
this is a change in the dynamic. He can now work.
Right.
I have not hassled him about anything else. I simply want him to do his part in giving our son a nice education.
Okay, so you're working
Yes, ma'am, I am.
and your son lives with you.
Yes, he does.
Okay, and he is in public school.
He's in public school right
Okay.
now, yes.
So the $100, how long was it that the order was made? How long ago was the order for the $100 a month made?
Our son was 3
Okay.
years of age.
Yes, Mr. Smith, what do you have to say?
Your Honor, there's inconsistencies in our story.
Wait, are you a lawyer? I don't need you to tell me about inconsistencies. Just tell me what it is. She says that when the order for $100 was made, $100 per month, you were not working, but now you're working. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you're a plumber, I understand.
That's correct.
Okay. She said that you're known online as a traveling plumber. So you're a plumber that likes to travel, or you're a traveling plumber, meaning that you travel to deliver plumbing services?
Like I said, it's inaccurate. I
Oh.
am not online, nor am I a traveling plumber.
No. I asked you if you, you are a plumber.
I am
You've
a
said you're a
plumber.
plumber, right. Do you travel for work is what I asked you specifically.
Never left Nassau to do any plumbing work.
Okay, well, I was just trying to clarify. Okay, and then you're saying that you're not online or you don't travel? What is
I don't know where she got that story from, Your Worship.
Okay, so do you think then that you should now, since you're working regularly now, that you should pay more than $100 a month for your son?
Definitely I am
Okay.
already.
Okay, and how do you pay that? I mean, are you giving her the money? Are you paying it into court? What is happening?
Your Worship, there's history to explain here.
Oh, I see. You want to tell me a story. Okay,
Yes,
go
ma'am.
ahead. Go ahead, let's
Back
hear.
in 2019, during the pandemic and lockdowns,
Yes.
business plummeted.
Okay,
And then, of course, I wasn't able to do what I normally would do to maintain the child.
yes.
It just so happens that she and I negotiated, and I agreed to give her a bare minimum of $100 and whatever else extra I could afford as business progressed.
I see. So
Her problem is
that
she-
was a minimum. The $100
Yes,
was the minimum.
yes.
Okay.
That's all I've ever
yes.
gotten.
But, she's the gold digging type, and she wants as much as she can out of me.
Now you don't have to throw
$100
lowness at the young
ain't no
lady in
money.
my court. You
$100 ain't no money.
hold on. You don't have to. I mean,
I apologize.
We're not here really to impugn her character. You are explaining to me about what you can afford.
Yes, you are.
Okay, so I'm not interested in whether she's gold digging or not because I don't have any gold to give her. Okay?
Neither do I.
And he don't
Your
have
Worship.
none.
So you saying that the $100 ordered was minimum. So what have you been paying?
Besides the minimum requirement of $100,
Yes.
we basically owe 50-50 on all the bills as it relates to the child. Food,
You've been going 50-50 on the other bills?
No, Your Honor. That is not the case.
Is he giving you any more than the $100?
No, he is not. He does not give me anything additionally.
Do you have any evidence to show me where you've
yes,
been
Your
giving her
Worship.
more
I
than...
have a record of all.
Let me see them, please, Corporal Mackey.
And Your Honor, if I may?
Well, let him finish the story. He said he has a story to tell me, so...
Your Worship, on that paper, you'll see that I've been keeping a meticulous record of every time I would give monies or make purchases.
Yes?
Yes, just to, because I knew this day would come, knowing the type of person she is. So I was well prepared.
Uh-huh.
And if you look clearly, you can see that I've been maintaining that child as best as I can with the little income I have. On average, I make about $1,600 to $2,000 a month on slow periods. But as things progress, because it fluctuates,
Right.
and I increase when I can. That's why you see the inconsistency of amounts given to her. Yes. ma'am.
Okay.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Carroll.
So you wanted to put that in her pipe and smoke it.
No, I just want the record to be clear because she tends to exaggerate facts.
You seem determined to want to pay little or nothing for this son of yours because of the low opinion you appear to have of Miss Levarity.
Justice with Judge Carroll is brought to you by Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store.
To get your case heard, call 242-445-4955 or email us at info@judgecarroll.net.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No, let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs.
Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now, here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marcellus Hall and LaDon Davis. Live, starting September 16th. Justice with Judge Carroll.
Your 14-year-old and your 12-year-old are in private school.
That is correct.
Okay.
They are with children born within wedlock.
Yes. But they are in private school.
Yes, ma'am, and there's a reason for that. If I
Are
may.
you going to share it with us?
Yes, Your Worship. My wife is an alumni of the same school, St. Andrews, and she insists that her children attend that school, and she pays the majority of the fees because of her personal desire. And she can afford to because she's a manager of a local bank.
I see. Okay. So you wanted to put that in her pipe and smoke it?
No, I just want the record to be clear because she tends to exaggerate facts.
See, there you go again.
Yeah. It's a personal thing.
Mr. Smith, I really how should I say this? I don't like let me just say it this way. I don't like the fact that you seem to you have a child, a 7-year-old son with Miss Lavarity. But you seem determined to want to pay little or nothing for this son of yours because of the low opinion you appear to have of Miss Lavarity. Now, the law says that a father is responsible to care for his child, whether or not the child is in wedlock or out of wedlock, right? And the law, there's nothing in the Child Protection Act that qualifies that by the character of the mother and or anything else in relation to the mother. The welfare of the child is of paramount importance. Miss Lavarity has expressed a concern that your son, which is also her son, is struggling in school because of the class size. And as well, I imagine, the fact that, he knows that his father has other children and the children are going to one of the most expensive schools on the island.
Thank you.
And it's really for you, whatever decision your wife makes or has made in relation to what contribution she wants to make for her children, she should do that and she can do that. But we still have to come back to a decision that has to be made on your ability. Now, you have said to this court that you would go 50-50 on all the bills. You pay the $100 a month, and then you go 50-50 on all the bills. But I haven't heard what from you what those other bills are. But you say you've been making some payments. I see something here showing some inconsistent payments. And the understanding that I'm getting from the evidence that you've given me is that you can afford to pay more than you have been paying.
Yes, ma'am, I can afford, but not $1,500 per semester for a school that I don't think my son needs to go to.
Definitely.
This is just her being jealous and spiteful.
Do you think your sons need to go to St. Andrews? You told me that it was your wife's decision that they go to that particular school. So if she can make a decision that involves you concerning children that you all have, she's not supposed to be able to make a decision as well? And you can afford it?
Yes, ma'am, because my wife made a decision and she's paying for it, so she should pay for her decision.
You said she is paying some of it, is what you said.
I said the majority of it.
The line plumber. Yeah.
I'm a product of the public school system, ma'am. I think I did quite fine. I don't see why our son at 7 years needs to go to private school. Maybe in high school we could consider that, but right now, I don't think it's feasible nor that urgent or matter of urgency.
Really?
No, ma'am.
Really?
No, ma'am.
Have you spoken with your son about his experiences in school?
Yes, I have. He's quite happy.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
When did you have that conversation?
I spend quality time with my son.
You
We
spent
talk.
quality
Yes,
time
ma'am.
with him. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And so you've determined that because he says he's having fun in school, that you should not have to pay any additional funds.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying I shouldn't have to put him in private school just because she feels jealous that my other sons are in private school.
It's not about jealous.
Well, I didn't hear her say anything about jealousy.
She won't, but I know that's the attitude
You
and the
think.
demeanor.
You think.
Okay, Mr.
She's jealous of my wife.
It's an opinion.
Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Worship.
I had started to explain, to let you know the requirements of the law in relation to upbringing of children, right? Both parents, obviously, have to have an input. We seem to be having a tug of war here. You don't think your child needs to go to public school.
Not at this time.
Right. So, in the absence... So you're admitting that you can pay something additional for your son?
I'm willing to, yes.
Right. So how much is that? Let's talk some numbers.
Like I said, the $100 bare minimum was...
No.
I'm starting there to say where I could take it up higher. But the bare minimum was $100 based on the circumstances at the time during the pandemic.
Right.
Now we're past that.
Yes.
And I have no problem with the court ordering an additional payment, maybe up to $300 per month.
Okay. In addition to you...
providing food and splitting out any other bill except private school fees.
Right.
That's astronomical.
Okay.
Overbearing.
Your opinion.
Well, I mean, there's more than one private school on the island.
But
most definitely.
She has a particular school.
Mr. Smith.
She wants.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Worship.
Do you accept that there is more than one private school on the island?
Of course, yes, ma'am.
Right. Okay.
But if you speak to her, she'll tell you exactly what she wants, what school she wants, and it's ridiculous.
Well,
I disagree.
It doesn't. Not everybody gets everything that they want.
I hope she would learn this lesson today.
Okay.
Which lesson?
That not everyone gets what they want.
Okay.
Yes, Your Worship.
That's also a lesson that you need to learn.
I've learned that, ma'am.
Right.
Coming up on Justice with Judge Carroll.
The reason why he's called the traveling plumber is because he's constantly out of town, traveling to various places, flaunting his money that he said he does not.
Really? You have a witness? Who's your witness?
Justice with Judge Carroll is brought to you by Donald's Furniture.
Love the show and want to sit in on the action? Call 242-445-4955 or email info@judgecarroll.net. Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for the Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better. Covering the news seems easy, but we put thought into what we're doing. The Bahamas Tonight Access Now, here to inform, educate, and entertain. A new type of newscast featuring social media trends, news from around the islands, interviews with the people you like, sports, weather, and fabulous entertainment. That's a Bahamas Tonight Access Now with Marcellus Hall and LaDon Davis. Live, starting September 16th. Justice with Judge Carroll.
what is your current level of income?
It's anywhere fluctuating between $1,600 to $3,000 a month. Depends on
Right.
the business.
So, so if it fluctuates half and half, let's say 1,600. So roughly 2,300. Right. How much are you contributing for your son's education?
Well, each per annum is $4,600. I pay about 20% of that.
Okay.
And then there's, of course, other bills.
Like your
Yes, of course there are other bills. So 20% of your average of 2,300 is $460.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So that would put it right around. I mean, I'm just making very rough calculations here.
Yes, Your Worship.
I don't have any documentation from either of you. Well, what is it? How much are you looking for him to pay in respect of the fees?
$1,500 per term.
Per term?
Yes.
Okay.
Halfway.
So, and there's 3 terms in the year, so that's $4,500. Okay.
Your Honor, if I may, I do have
Yes?
a witness that can attest to the fact that the reason why he's called the traveling plumber is because he's constantly out of town, traveling to various places, flaunting his money that he says that he does not
Really?
have.
You have a witness? Who's your
I
witness?
do. Samantha.
Yes, come forward.
Right
Let me
here.
see.
We do have some of the Instagram photos that he likes to flaunt. Now, I know wherever he goes, they have plumbers there. I'm sure. So nobody's
Well, I don't
flying
know.
him
Let
out.
me hear from your witness then, because you tell me you have a witness who knows something. So let me hear from the witness. What's your name, ma'am?
Samantha Roll.
Okay, and do you know Mr. Smith?
Only through Miss Lavarity.
Okay, so what is the information that you want to share with the court?
So Miss Roll, Samantha here is a best friend to Miss Lavarity, and Miss I don't even want to address him. I see him all about on the gram, right? With these Instagram models. And I say, well, I asked Lavarity.
Like models as in people, like actual models, not like toy models.
No, toy models, whatever, bottle girls, And he is being these places, Born, and Aura and stuff like that.
I see. You have pictures?
Yes, we have some pictures here.
Objection, Your Worship.
And Jamaica.
Objection.
Dubai and
objecting
Jamaica.
to? She's giving
Dubai,
evidence.
Jamaica,
I'll
and
let you see them.
I asked if he does do for the boy. He is terrible,
Your
Your
Worship,
Honor.
I never see
He can afford that.
I don't
He
know
can
who
afford
it is.
She never said she saw you. She said she's seen you on the gram. She's not saying that she knows you personally.
He ain't careful at all, Your Honor.
Your Worship, I'm a married man. These are serious allegations.
I'm sure as a married man you have serious allegations because you're married and you
reflect because
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me.
Your Worship, I intend to sue
Smith.
for defamation of character.
Mr. Smith.
Yes, Your Worship.
You do not.
I have a right to defend my character.
No,
Your
you
Worship.
do not talk over me in court. Whatever right you think you have, you don't have a right to talk over me in court.
I apologize, Your Worship.
And when I'm speaking, you don't speak.
I apologize, Your Worship, but I do have a point to make when you give me the opportunity.
You don't have any point to make because you have lost the ability to address this court because you don't have respect for it.
I do, Your Worship.
For me. No, you
But this
don't,
caught
because
me
you
off
keep.
guard.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again. You can't tell me in one breath that you respect me, and then when I proceed to continue to explain things to you, you then continue and go back to start talking over me again. It doesn't work that way. And this is the problem that we are having in this courtroom today. Because you want to be the one to teach Miss Lavarity a lesson, and that's not how it works. She came to court to make an application, and I hear both sides, and then I make a decision. And that's how it works. And yes, like I said, not everybody gets their way. And where we are at this point, what I am attempting to do, because I asked you about your income, I'm trying to calculate how much money it appears that you are able to pay based upon evidence. And the fact that she has brought someone in this courtroom to demonstrate to me that you are doing activities that require more funds than you say that you have, and therefore is undermining your case, now you want to railroad the judge. Well, $1,500 a term times 3 is $4,500. Divided by 12 is $375. Half of that, you said you want to go halfway?
Yes.
187, call it $190. And so, in addition to the minimum, I think what I'm going to do is just make the order $250, and then that way, he doesn't have to say, it doesn't have to be up and down and all around and sometimes. So that's half of the $1,500 that you asked for, plus an additional, so it's $150 plus the $100. So that brings us back to the $300 anyway, because you were offering to pay $300.
Yes, Your Worship.
Yes.
All of that for what? The order of the court is that the maintenance order is increased to $300 per month minimum, which will cover the child's school fees at a private school. And that's the order of the court. Court is adjourned.
Rise.
Firm, fair, and just. Judge Carroll has ruled in favor of the plaintiff.